friends, this is Divya Pandey. Today I'm here to elaborate or give solutions to your confusion, and that is how to write or how to present my answers. As some students were demanding for a video that could explain the strategies of writing answer. So I will try to explain the strategies that we need to follow while writing our answers, because this is very big confusion, because if you don't know the proper way to write answer, you will not able to score good marks in your exams. Therefore today's content is to learn how to present answers in such a manner to maximize marks and to practice more questions while following that strategy that I will tell you further. And the third one is to understand the nature of subjective type questions, because there are some words like evaluate and critically examine. Sometimes it says comment and describe, explain. So these are some words that we need to understand so that we can think in a positive or a negative way while writing our answer. So first we need to understand the subjective nature of these questions. So without wasting our time, let's look the strategies that we need to follow. So these are my strategies that I had used to follow while writing my answers. Because sometimes when we see question, we don't know what to write and what the questions demand is, what is the objective of the question, should our answer in a positive manner or a negative manner, and what kind of relevant points we can use so that our answer become interesting and we can score good marks. So these are some important things we need to understand, and here there are some points that I will explain one by one. So let's start. The first is, as you can see, always read questions properly. See, this is very important. We need to read the questions very properly and underline the keywords. If any question is there, and there must be some keywords that we need to define, and we also give some examples with facts. And if we have some data, some facts, some examples, we must put in our answer while writing the definition of the keywords. So first read the questions, then while reading we need to underline the keywords. We also define those keywords in our answer with some example and facts. The fourth point is, we always take headings and our subheadings from the questions, because headings and subheadings always should be matched. Because when examiners see your questions, first they will check headings and subheadings, and that is why those headings must address the questions. Okay, so it's very important to match our headings with the questions. And the fifth point is very important. Whenever we write any organization's name, any committees, and any report we are referring, we need to capitalize committee's name, organization's name, because it makes our answer highlighted and it looks so interesting, and the examiner will always think that we have the enough knowledge to elaborate our answers. Okay, and the next point is, always try to use flow chart, concept map, tree diagrams, and hierarchical maps, because we have less time in exams and we need to write our answer in a time bounded manner. So I will suggest that use these things, because it makes our answers very interesting, and our answer look very neat and clean when we use the concept map and flowchart. So at the end, the conclusion must be in your answer, and that should be in a positive way. You should put your idea in the conclusion. Okay, now move to next slide. In this slide, I have taken some topics from where I will show you the questions in the next slide. I have taken the questions from the 10th standard book, Economics, and the topics are economic activities, classification of economic activities, primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector, and interdependence among the three sectors. So this is my first question, and the topic is interdependence among the three sectors. The question is, as you can read, tertiary sector activities help in the development of primary and secondary sectors. Evaluate this statement. Okay, look this word, and first we will underline the keywords. Okay, the keywords here are tertiary sector, primary and secondary sector, and the question is saying to evaluate. Evaluate means whether this statement is true or false, and we need to explain with the reasons. Okay, and so first, while writing the answer, we need to define tertiary sector with some examples, and then also we will explain some points through which we can give relevant points interdependence among the three sectors. So let's look the sample answer. So here the my heading is tertiary sector, and this is also a key word from the question, and as I have told you, heading should be match. Okay, then we need to define that keyword. So here I have defined the tertiary sector, and I have also given the examples of tertiary sector. Then only I defined that how this sector is different from the primary and secondary, and how it helps in the production of primary and secondary. And the following points are in a positive approach, and let's read the answer. So the definition is tertiary sector is also called service sector, and it provides the facilities regarding transportation, communication, insurance, banking, etc. And then I written it is different from the other sectors in the following aspect, and the following aspect will explain. Let's read that. The first is, this sector helps primary and secondary sectors to sell the product in the market by providing services related to transport and marketing. Now hold a minute and analyze my first point. It is saying that without the tertiary sector, without the services sector, the primary and secondary sector will not be able to run. Okay, and that's why tertiary helps in the primary and secondary in selling their product in the market by providing transport and marketing. So this point is very relevant. In the primary and secondary sector, goods are made and then sold with the help of the service sector. Yes, it is very true that the whatever goods in the primary and secondary goods are made and sold, it is because of the technology produced in the service sector. So this is very important point. And the third point, when you read, you will get the idea that it is the primary and secondary sector which produce goods, but the tertiary sector produces some goods as well as services, and mostly it produces services which directly satisfy human wants, such as the services of teachers, services of doctors, services of lawyers. So in this way it is different from the primary and secondary, and it helps in the primary and secondary production. Let's see the second sample question and answer. Okay, this is the question from the topic of primary sector. The question is, agriculture had been the backbone of the Indian economy. Yes, this is true. But the declining share of agriculture in the GDP is now a matter of serious concern. Explain the meaning of the statement. So this question is asking to explain the statement. The keywords here are agriculture, historical fact we need to mention in our answer, if we define the agriculture, we need to use some fact and data that can prove that yes, agriculture was the backbone of the Indian economy. So please use the data, historical data, fact that make your answer relevant. And the approach should be, and the approach here is to, we need to look the historical view of agriculture, and we also need to explain reasons for the declining of agriculture sector in the GDP, and the challenges that agriculture sector is facing. And while explaining the reasons for declining, we will give a relevant point, such as lack of credit to the farmers, irrigation, and lack of fertilizers, and anything whatever you think that is relevant for the declining of agriculture sector in the GDP. Okay, so let's look the sample answer. See the answer. I have taken same heading from the question and then explained the reasons only. I did not define agriculture here. I did not mention some data and fact because I wanted to make my answer short. If the question was very long, then my answer was very long as well. And then I had defined agriculture, used some historical data. Okay, so you need to keep in mind that in what words we need to explain our answer. So this answer is a short answer, and I have given the reasons for the declining of agriculture sector, but the my heading is matching from the questions. Okay, so what I have written, let's read the answer. See, agriculture had been the backbone of the Indian economy, but its declining share has been a matter of serious concern due to the following reasons. Now, your reasons will explain the declining share in GDP. Here, my first point is Indian farmers are facing challenge from international competition, which is a matter of problem. So, why farmers are facing? Because of the reduction in import duties on agricultural product, due to which cheap agricultural product are coming from the abroad. That's why farmers are facing challenge. So these 2 points explain the declining share. The third is government is also reducing investment in the agriculture sector, especially irrigation sector, because irrigation is very important for the production of agriculture, and mostly government is not improving the irrigation facilities in our country. That's why the productivity is very low. And the next point is they had reduced the subsidy in fertilizers, that is raising the cost of production for the farmers, and that's why they are withdrawing their investment in the agriculture sector. They are, and hence the employment is also going down. So these my 4 and 5 points explaining the declining reason, and it is very short answers as well, and I have presented in a neat and clean manner while keeping those strategies in my mind. So in this way you can also add some more points, and but those points should be very relevant. Okay, you can't write anything what you want. The point should be important and related to our fact and data. As you can also give here that what percent farmers are dependent on the monsoon for the irrigation. So you add whatever you want, but the point should be relevant, that then only you will score good marks, because competition is very high. So you need to present your answer neat and clean. Now moving to next slide, I have a homework and I have also given some hints. So you read the question and try to write the answer while following those strategies. And that's all from my side. And I would request, if you like my content, my work, my effort for you all, so please like give a like to this video and subscribe my channel and share with your friends. Thank you.